What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today is going to be the second leader that I give you, second out of the 6, for the celebration week of OP12 for the One Piece card game. So we did Rayleigh. This time we're going to do Sanji. So Sanji is a 4-life leader, dual colored, blue and purple. And he says, activate main once per turn. Dawn -1. You can activate up to one Straw Hat Crew type event card from your hand with an original cost of 3 or less. A little weird, but we'll get into those events. And he also says, when attacking, if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number of on your opponent's field, you can add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. And so because of his leader ability with the when attacking, it does kind of cause us to missequence a little bit because we want to Dawn minus. We do a lot of Dawn minus in this deck. And we want to kind of attack with our leader last after throwing out bodies and activating effects so we can kind of get that Dawn that we've minused back. But we'll see it. So we've got 4 Kaya. So she just has 2K counter that says draw 2 and trash 2 from the hand. She's pretty good for cycling. You want to get events you want to cycle through a lot of your events and you want to get them into the trash as soon as possible. So, and she's a 2K counter, so she's pretty viable. We've got 2 Jozu, 1K counter, 6 drop, and he says, on play, you may return one of your characters other than this card to your hand, and you could bounce a 6 or lower to the hand. Jozu's okay. He's just kind of here to bounce Kaya, and that's probably about it. Yeah, you don't really want to bounce any other characters here. So, yeah, and he's a 1K counter, so you drop the Kaya, you cycle through your deck, you drop the Jozu, you bounce the Kaya back, you bounce one of their cards, you get a 2K in hand, you win, you win, you win. Moving on, we've got 3 copies of this 3-drop Sanji, and he says this character gains plus 1,000 power for every 5 events in your trash. And if he would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, bounce, KO, bottom deck, any of that other than combat, you may return 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck instead. And that's not once per turn. So you can continuously return Dawn to your Dawn deck in order to save him. He's very sticky. Only way he gets better if he was a blocker. But yeah, because he gains power for every 5 events in the trash, which is, you see why we kind of want to fill up our trash while we're playing an abundance of events here. So yeah, it really everything is to kind of bump this Sanji up as quick as possible. And since he's super sticky, you can kind of drop him super early on the field and just leave him there until he's about a 7, 8K, and then you can just kind of swing. And you don't really have to worry about him leaving, so because you can just minus your Dawn. He does lose to being rested and shit like that, but that doesn't happen. Yep. And we've got 4 copies of Reiju, 4-drop Reiju. 1K counter. She says, if your trash has 4 or more events, this character gains plus 2K power and plus 5 costs, and she's a blocker. So that's pretty great. She's a 4-drop 6K. We get 4 events on her like our second turn in the trash. And her getting plus 5 costs makes it harder for black to remove her, so she'd be like a 9-drop 6K, essentially. Pretty good. We have 2 Rocinante here, 5-drop 6K, 1K Pounder, 1K Pounder. On play, you may trash 1 event card from your hand, draw 2 cards. Draw, fill up the trash with events, pretty good. And then here's the great part. End of your turn, if you have 7 or more Dawn cards, set up to 2 of them as active. Pretty good for a lot of defense event cards that we'll be going over shortly. We've got 4 copies of OP07 2K blocker Sanji. So while you have 2 or more fewer Dawn cards in your opponent in your hand, this card loses or it costs 3 less. So, and he's a blocker. So instead of 6, you can play him out for 3, and we're usually behind Dawn anyway with this deck, so kind of works out. Plus, he's a searchable 2K. You see the synergy. We've got 2 Gum Gum Rain, just a 0-drop, just a 0 Dawn counter for 3K. I think every color has one of these. Pretty good. We've got 1-drop Let's Crash This Wedding. So if your leader is multicolored, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Straw Hat Crew other than itself, and then put it into your hand. Just a searcher for Straw Hat Crew, and it's an event, so it's pretty good. We've got 4 Concasio. So main, if your leader is Sanji, you draw a card. Pretty good. We can also activate it with our leader ability, as well as these 2 as well. And counter, if you have 4 or more events in your trash, up to one of your leader, only your leader now, gains plus 4k power during this battle. Pretty good for defense. We've got 3 Jet Calvin. So, main, return up to one of your opponent's characters the original cost of 4 or less to the bottom of their deck. It's pretty good. It'd be a little better if it was a 5, but we can't be too greedy here. And we can also activate it off our leader ability. And its trigger bounces a 1 drop to the bottom of the deck. So, pretty good. We've got 4 Bouffe Berth. So, main, if your leader is multicolored, you can choose one of the following here. You can bounce a 4 or less, one of your opponent's 4 or less to the hand. Or if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, you can draw 2 cards. This is pretty good for like getting... we run 4 copies of this because it's a draw and it's a bounce. And we can use it off leader ability. So if we're ever low on hand signs, we could just use this with our leader ability to get it in the trash and then draw some cards. Pretty good. We've got 2 3,000 Worlds. Sansen Sekai. Place up to 1 character with the cost of 5 or less at the bottom of the deck. It is a 4. So we can't really activate it off leader ability. We have to bounce it or hard cast it. But bouncing a 5 or bottom decking a 5 is pretty good. We've got 2 Red Rock. Same thing. We have to hard cast it for 6. But bottom deck anything in the game? Yes, sir. We've got 4 Gum Gum Giant because why wouldn't you play this card in this deck? Dawn -2. For 1, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If you leader a Straw Hat Crew, give it to your leader or character plus 4k power, then draw 2 cards. Crazy, beautiful card. We've got 4. Luffy is the man who will become the Pirate King. So, main, if your leader is Sanji, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You can place, or you can put one of those cards in your hand and place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. It's a searcher for anything. This entire deck is essentially searchable because of this card. Pretty good. Can trigger it off leader ability. It's searchable through the other event. Really good card to run. Why not 4? And then we've got 2 Hell's Judgment, so counter. Dawn -1. Give the 2 of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 3k power during this turn. If it's got a trigger that forces your opponent to return a Dawn card if they've got 6 or more. So this is kind of in tandem with the Rosinante. A lot of these events are that are like counter this one, this one, this one. Pretty good. It comes up really well in like a Zoro or Rayleigh. And so we're kind of just testing out some of the ratios here. But yeah, Sanji is the second leader that we're going to get into for his showcase. And I'm super excited to see what this chef is going to be cooking for us today. Koby! All right, we are going first, which is pretty good. We've got, yeah, we'll keep this. Draw. Use our Dawn. We already have most of these. Should we get a giant? No. Honestly, we're okay with bottom decking a giant. And we'll pass. Rogue versus Rogue. Off meta versus off meta. What? Plays a brand new here. Not sure how my deck does into him, so we'll see here. He's playing PRB cards. That sucks. Okay. We're on our 3 Dawn turn. We're probably... So we're just going to swing. 5 here. Both 4 life leaders, though, so that's nice. There's a lot of 5 life leaders going around right now, so... See what it does. Gives me a counter. And we'll play this Sanji and pass. We really want to establish these 3-drop Sanjis as soon as possible. And like I said, kind of build up our trash to get them super, super big. And then start swinging on them when they're 7 and 8. Swings at me 5. We'll counter 1. We're at 5 next turn. Do we bottom deck this, or do we play the Rosinante? We bottom deck that. Boop. Oh, reading. That's okay. So, we'll do this here. Grab Concasseur. Get another 2k. I think we kind of get a 2k, right? No, we need events. Let's grab a Luffy as the man who become the Pirate King. And we'll swing 5. And we'll pass. So yeah, he's playing PRB cards, which kind of sucks because I can't really get a strictly OP OP12 meta. I could wait till the West gets it in the sim updates, but by that time everything's kind of like, whatever, we've seen it all, you know, so just kind of have to make do with it. That's okay, we'll still take it here. We did do a little misplay because we also don't read. If you play card games, you just don't read, right? So he plays a Peacock, gets another Koby, swings at me for 5. Is that okay? I think that's fine. We'll take that. We get a Giant. He'll either play some. Okay, so he'll swing here. I don't want to take this one, but I do want to play the Rosinante, so I'm going to counter for 2 here. Plays another. In 6. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to just kind of control the board here, or attempt to. We're going to play Rosinante, trashing. Trash, Gum Gum Rain, draw 2 cards. We got another Sanji, pretty good. We'll use our leader ability to trigger this. We'll gain... We don't really have any Kayas. Let's just take the blocker. I think that's what we need to do here. Gain arrested. He'll counter this for 2, and that's fine. But I'd rather start swinging into his board, see. And then we'll choose 2 of these. Oh, alright, cool. We've got 1 active for Giant. We've got 3k in hand. This deck doesn't have a lot of counter power. Something you might have noticed, but we make do. He's got the Helmeppo. His deck might honestly kind of counter mine because he can attack active characters, which kind of null and voids the fact that this Sanji is ephemeral. Kind of, well, null and voids the fact that the Sanji is like standing upright, so he can't be attacked. So he might be the actual counter to my deck. Besides Buggy. Okay. He minuses me by 2. What else does he do? Swings at me. Do we take that? No, we'll counter 2 here. We haven't found any boof bursts, which does kind of suck. We'll take this one. Okay, we got a Concasseur. We can... Do we Giant? No, we just Concasseur. Resolve. Probably should drop this blocker next turn, this and that. Okay, he didn't swing with it. Unless I'm misunderstanding, but that's fine. 3,000 Worlds is about dead right now. So again, we'll just swing into board here. So we'll go drop this Sanji. Probably should drop the Reiju. Which gives us 2 to work with. And then we'll go 6. He'll counter for 1. This is an easy counter. Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. Yes. Yes. Please. Oh. Oh. I think he might have had that. We didn't find any of our... Oh, his hand wasn't like that strong, though. He just had a bunch of 2Ks and searchers. But he definitely had the counter. Oh, our next card was Boof Burst. This is the card that kind of we live and die on, which is why our hand was super small in that game. But I'm counting that. Goodbye. Thundercat. Mulligan. Okay, we got some okay, this is pretty decent. We got a searcher. And we got to go first. And we got the boy. Alright, already better. Problem with this is that his deck is a better matchup into mine. I've got the Hell's Judgment to kind of negate that, but we'll see. Because he can rest my Sanji, and that's... Well, that sucks. He drew the Kuina. Play Sanji. Just the Booth first. Draw 2. Swing into Kuina. Or Hiyori. Gain a Dawn. Pass. Alright. This is the fabled matchup. The first mate versus what people think is. Yeah. Swings into my guy. I actually can defend this. We have to discard this, do that, and then counter for 1. And then he'll swing at me. That's fine. We cannot do that. See, what I'm saying, he already rested the character. It's already, like, proving to be, like, a pain in the butt. That's okay. Let's crash this wedding for another Sanji. We'll leave 1 up for Concasseur. And we'll swing into this Kuina. And then he'll have to play another card to rest these guys, so we'll see. We do, he does have access to Hody next turn. So he's got another one. I think we just let this one go. I mean, we don't have to. And we won't, actually. No, yeah, we won't. Gum Gum Rain. Swings into me. If he put on that extra down, then we would have been screwed. We'll take that. Okay. And then he plays the Hiyori. Okay. What is this? Trash draw. Okay, we got the giant. I think it's getting to the point where we just need to start swinging, otherwise we're going to lose them. So we'll leave 1 up. So we'll go... We'll leave 1 up for Concasseur for us. He's going to want to swing into our Sanji, so I'll probably take this. And we'll just start... We'll just have to start swinging because he's been threatening them and he's going to continue to threaten them, so... It's getting to the point where having them up is almost like a liability. Not a liability per se, but he's going to rest them anyway. So it's like I should get some sort of value out of them. But I will make him work for that. Yup, there goes 1. And then he swings at me. We could giant this, but then what's the chance we don't draw into counter? I'd say it might be pretty high, so we'll take it. Okay. We got another searcher. Did get Hell's Judgment, which is pretty good. So we'll activate our searcher here. Oh, we get the red rock. Do we want the red rock? We do want the red rock. Bottom deck Mihawk. We have to swing into this Dashigi, so... Pull 1 down here, swing for 7. He probably tries to save it. I do need it to go, though, is the problem. I very much need it to go. I think I'm okay because of the Rosinante. Okay, he did leave it. Okay, and then we'll swing 5 here at face. We'll take this. Yep, and then we'll pass. Stand 2. And we have the Hell's Judgment, Concassior, or Giant. Depending on what he plays, I don't think we need the Hell's Judgment anymore. Okay. It's a minus, though, is the problem. I don't really want to go to 1 life here, but we might have to. We're not gonna. We're gonna trash the Hell's Judgment, draw into counter because we're literally perfect. We're so goated. To restand, yep. Restand is okay. Oh, then he does it again, huh? Yeah, I'm good with that. Because then I have a counter, bro. Do it again. Do it again. Yep. And then counter for 2, and then that's his turn. We draw no blocker. Why would we? Okay, so we need to make some swings here. The problem here is that I think no matter what happens, we lose. It's really dependent. Okay, so let's go... Oh! Oh! He surrendered. We won that. You saw that, right? You saw that. I'm gonna... Yeah, no. We won that. We won that. I mean, there was a chance that we won. He might not have had any counter in hand. If all 4 of those hits landed... 1, 2... Yeah, I would just need 3 hits to land, and I would have won. He might not have any counter. I'd have to go back and look at that. But yeah, we're counting that one too. So I guess Sanji is the better crewmate. That's so not true. I'm a Zoro stan till the day I die. Okay. Is this hand doable? It's alright, but we need the mulligan. Okay, cool. And we got the combo right here, baby. The fabled combo. We'll get another boof burst and pass. I know it's weird to pick the boof burst over the giant, but honestly, to just kind of draw cards and throw events into our trash, it's super, super essential for this deck. So we do have the Hell's Judgment to... I don't say we're favored into Rayleigh because he's aggro, but we have an event to counter for that. We also don't have it, so you never know. Okay, so we definitely drop him. Do the boof burst, draw 2, swing with lead, gain a Dawn. He took, okay. So he's got 2 Shakis out. He's got a Luffy in hand, which he can play right now. We've got... He's showing me... Okay, 2 years. He's got the other Straw Hat Searcher and the Unblockable. To buff the Shaki. Plays the Luffy. Shows me the same 2. Okay. Probably gives a Rested Dawn to... Plays the Sonic. So, yep. That way you can keep swinging. We'll counter... Drawing a Kaya would be pretty cool. We do need to kind of keep a blocker in case, though. So we'll counter with the Jozu. And then swings at me with lead. Counter. Okay, we've got 5. So we'll go with the search here. We'll take a Kaya, we'll take a 2K. We've got 4 to work with here. We'll do another search. Ooh, I can bounce the Luffy. I really like that, actually. Yeah, let's do that. And then to boof burst, draw a couple cards. Very, very nice. Bottom deck, U. And then we'll swing into Shaki, gain a Dawn. Cool. All right, and then it's good. The name of the game is going to be board control at this point. So we bottom decked one of his Luffy's, which is nice. There's an argument for the Sanji there, but it's weak on his turn, so it's fine. And the Luffy keeps his buff both turns. Okay, there's a Buggy Nami. He whiffed the Buggy search. Okay, didn't pick up an event. Shows me the same too. Bro is smart. I just did a video on Unk. Swings at me for 5. We'll counter this for 2. 7 I'll take. It'll probably go 7 here with Rayleigh. Yep. We'll trash. Call me crazy, we're trashing the giant. Okay, drew another blocker. So we'll go crash this wedding. He doesn't play any big bodies, so we never need a red rock. We could 3,000 worlds. I think that's what we do here. I wonder if there's an argument for Raging Tiger in this deck, to be honest. We bottom deck Buggy. I don't want to use the Sanji to swing yet, but I think we're going to have to. So we'll swing 5 into Shaki. She dies. We'll go 7 into Sanji here. Sanji on Sanji hate. And we'll leave 1 up for Concassio. Shows me that his hand is pretty big versus ours. We have been controlling the board, but he's a spammer, so it's a little tough. He's gonna go 5 at me. I'm gonna opt to take this. Okay, we do get another Concassio, which is pretty good. We've got 4K for our character Sanji too. Unless he drops a rusher, which he might, he can only swing once more with Rayleigh. But I would assume he wants to establish more of a board presence here. He does want to... Huh. Then we'll Concassio this. Kid and Killer. Kid and Killer. We will also Concassio. And then the Sanji. Okay. We have the Giant. We just do not have anything else to play. He's at 8 to my 9. We do need to drop a blocker here, so we're just going to guarantee the kill here. And then swing 8-5. He'll probably defend this because he wants another attacker. And that's okay, because then that'll be cards out of his hand, thankfully, at some point here. I don't really like attacking with the Sanji, but we're getting to that point where we kind of have to. And our hand size is super low. He's debating if he wants to save it or not, so... Okay, it does the Haki. Gives me 2... And we'll save 1 for Giants. Do we opt to take this? I don't feel like we should. I'm not gonna lie. We could block counter too. Then we lose our Giants. We'll take. Okay, we did get a Concassio, which is pretty great. We see what happens when we don't have our boof bursts. Okay. I know he might be trying to go for game here. Ooh. So, if that's the case, we'll go block. And then we'll go giant. These two. Trash the Concasseur. Draw 2 cards. Nice. We drew no more counter here. He's got the unblockable in hand, and I think he's really trying to set himself up for like a Hail Mary play. And I can't blame him. He does the Zoro. He's still gonna try and he's still gonna try and do it. Little does he know, I still have counter in hand. You're not getting past me. Still goes at me. Okay. I've only got one though. Alright. This is not looking too hot. So, how can we do this? We attach... No. We're going to swing here. 6 into 5. Yep. We'll go 7 into 5. Okay. We're going to attach all of our Dawn here. And swing. We're going to gain Arrested Dawn to flex. And you got it. That was that. Alright, everybody, so we are back with the deck here. And Sanji's, he still needs some help. He's better than OP12 Sanji. Or is it OP02 Sanji? Probably not as good as Zoro Sanji combined, that leader. And certainly not better than PRB Sanji. But, I mean, it's another Sanji leader. Hopefully, one day Bandai will get him right. Or we just have to kind of wait to see what the future holds for him. But he's definitely, like, more of an off-meta deck. I think he won, like, some sort of flagship or something. Or he was, like, top 4 or some sort of thing. But I wouldn't expect to see Sanji in our meta moving forward until they reveal some more cards for him. He just needs a little bit more help. He doesn't have a whole lot of counter power. And he would just need more events to kind of help him. We didn't choose to run the Brochette event, the other 3-drop that just minuses 3, because I just don't see a huge thing with that. We're barely swinging as it is. I would much rather see the Boof Burst. But this deck kind of like lives and dies on these 3-drop Sanjis, this card right here. So and everything else that you would want to add is kind of like tech, like this one, this card, you know, stuff like that, this card. So yeah. Because of that, I would say Sanji is going to be more of an off-meta rogue deck. And, I mean, he's fun. He's cool to play. You can snag some wins with him. He's not a bad deck by any means. He's just not going to be beating the top meta decks at all, or even consistently if he does manage to. But, yeah, that's all for that. That's all I got for you guys today. This is, like I said, the second leader out of the OP12 leaders that we're going to be doing for a showcase. So stay tuned for the next one. Who's going to be? Who do you know? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, if you like the video, like the video. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to see more content from me. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming out. I'll be pumping out this video and I think the other one, the Rayleigh video this week. And then following the next week, we'll have the rest of the leaders all lined up for you guys. But yeah, so in the description, you'll see all my socials. And, bro, Sanji screwed me, bro. I can't even talk. And, yeah, man. So, yeah, until the next time, guys. Bye.